What's going on, folks? Locky late night number 10. Can't believe it's already been 10. Let me see when the first one, what the date of the first one we did was. I feel like this has been going on for a while now. Oh, first one, February 4th, 2021. So not even a full 2 months yet. A week short of a full 2 months of doing Locky late nights. Not bad. I don't know what the staying power of Locky late night is. And what I mean by that is with me starting doing this MMALOTN thing full time now, um, I want to like change up my schedule. I want to be a morning guy. Like I want to get up nice and early, 6, 7 o'clock, then go do like, take the dog for a walk, obviously, first and foremost, and then go, go for a hike or fucking get a workout in of some sort. I want to get that done first thing in the morning. Like I remember when I used to do that on the regular, it gives you a nice little boost for the day. You know what I mean? So I'll be looking to do that starting next week. Because in about or 7 hours, I'm supposed to be starting my last shift. Uh, but as soon as I get to this day, your boy's free. So gonna take the weekend to just chill, watch the fights, obviously do the streams that I need to do. And then Monday, you know what I mean, just start to hunker down and uh get into a legitimate schedule. Like I want to get my workout stuff done in the morning and then start digging into tape or whatever I need to do, update the tape index. Um, yeah, I got to drop a schedule, even for like content wise. So it looks like I have, thanks to everybody that's already in the chat, we got about 23 people here. So you guys are going to get some somewhat exclusive and new breaking ish news. But I'm looking to do almost a stream every day, almost. So check this Mondays, 2 p.m. I'm going to do the early bird special. And that's obviously for you guys who know what the channel is all about. The early bird special is not about the event that's coming up like on that weekend, but it's for the weekend ahead. And that's me pre-tape where I'm going into that stream, not doing any studying, not doing any research. It's more so to just talk to you guys and see what the hell is up, see where the vibe of the crowd is and the wisdom of the crowd, and then going to doing the tape and doing my work. I liked it. It's the last couple episodes have been pretty good. We've only done two, I think, but I think at 2 p.m. start time because again, in the evenings, I want it to be for my sanity, for my life. You know what I mean? Chilling with the wife or chilling with the family or doing whatever the fuck I want during the day. Like I want to treat this like it's almost a 9 to 5, right? But not working that long and doing what I need to do those days. So now, hopefully get all my workout shit done by 10 o'clock and then at the latest, I'm being generous, 10 o'clock. And then from 10 to like 3-ish, I want to give myself the time that I need to put into this. But if I need to work harder than that, if I need to work more hours, I'll do that. But I want to try to figure out a schedule. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, back to the thing. Mondays, 2 p.m. Eastern, early bird special. That's one stream. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, MMA Lockcast Live, where we go through the full card from top to bottom. I give you guys my best thoughts, what I can remember off the top of my head, and communicate with you guys as well. So I actually get to, chat with the chat, see what the live chat's saying while going through the entire card. I think that's a solid thing to do. And then I also drop my pre-recorded one. So that's one where as soon as I'm done like studying a specific fight, I'll get my ass in this chair and I'll record the breakdown pretty much immediately so that you guys can get my information like right fresh. That's the benefit of the pre-recorded podcast. And then the live one is just more so to engage with you guys, to just talk with the chat and have like a live part about it too. I was very surprised at how well the last one did. So I want to keep that train rolling. And now that I got all the time in the world, I'm going to do that. So that's Tuesday. Then Wednesday, probably would be my off day in terms of not doing any streams or anything like that. Thursday, propping you up with Cody. Friday, final weigh-in with the guys. But I also want to add a weigh-in stream. So I'm going to figure out a way to do that. But I got a pretty good idea for that. But I want to do final weigh-in, or sorry, the actual weigh-in, like watch the weigh-in, do a live stream. I think it takes like roughly about 2 hours, see what the chat's saying. So that would be whenever the weigh-ins are, which are normally I think what 12 o'clock on the eastern side. So at noon, from noon to 2 o'clock, that's what I would do. And then the final weigh-in, 9 p.m. Easterns with the odds crew. So a whole week of content there. And again, I'm gonna be looking at Bellator. I'm gonna be looking at LFA. I want to expand my wings and not just do UFC. Because I got the fucking time now, right? You might as well do it. That's opportunities that I missed that I'm not looking at these events. Like even just going through fucking best fight odds. Like I didn't realize like ACA, obviously I know you can bet on LFA, I know you can bet on Titan FC. There's FEN, I believe that's a Russian or Polish promotion. Definitely down to look into that. Octagon 22, I believe that's a Polish one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then obviously Bellator as well. So there's a ton to look into. I'm definitely going to dedicate my time as best as possible. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. So yeah, full week of content for you guys. Full week of live streams except Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that I do my DFS show as well, right? I record that on Wednesday nights and I send it over and we post it on Salvetri's channel on Thursday afternoons. And that one, maybe I might be doing that one live too from now on as well. From I think noon on Thursdays. I'd probably do the DFS show live on his channel. So we'll see. It's just what's in the works right now. But I got a lot on my plate, and I'm glad that I'm getting rid of the 9 to 5. Cheers. This is only water, but cheers. Uh, I'm glad that I'm able to do this thing full time and get my ass back in shape and spend time with the family and my loved ones and stuff. And that's what's most important to me. So, shout out to those ones too in terms of dealing and like sacrificing their time with me so that I can build this. And I've built it over the last 3 years. So the only thing that I wish that I could do better right now is just my results. I know my reads are good. I'm just picking the bad spots in terms of betting. And I feel like I've turned a little bit of a corner. We're on a 3 event winning streak right now, but I think I've turned a corner in terms of putting out my restrictions and putting out my criteria that's required to make a lock of the night bet. And I feel like I've been making really good reads over the last couple events on them. And then tapering down on my exposure on the card. Like I know what my lane is, and that lane is calling those minus 185 to minus 350s as often as possible. And I'm hitting it at an 82% rate now. Let me up bet MMA because true predictors and true handicappers keep them a bet MMA schedule. Not ragging on anybody that doesn't, but you guys know what I mean. So big favorites, which is minus 180, I believe, and bigger, 81% for a 15% ROI. So yeah, I'm a focus on my lock of the night plays. I don't give a fuck about being called square or all that shit. It's still a art in its own finding those spots because there are landmines, right? I think I put out the statistic earlier last week about like favorites between minus 180 to minus 250, which is my range, which is the kind of like, again, I'm not saying I'm only betting fighters that are in that range. If I find somebody better than those odds, then obviously I'll take the shot based on my confidence level there. But yeah, if it's hitting at an 81% rate, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? So I'm doing this for me and y'all will benefit from that. Trust me. Yeah. And then underdogs too. I feel like I can call underdogs pretty well. Brunson last week, Nicolau the week before that. I'll let you guys know what my dog of the night play is for this weekend. It's the Robertson and Maverick fight under 2.5. Got a unit on that at plus 150, aka $100 plus 150. Shawnee Mac was in the chat saying, "Shout out, man, Preet. Thank you, brother. That guy's legitimately. I'm convinced he's never missed a stream of mine, no matter the hour." Yo was saying one ride buddy saying, "Man, Preet, thank you, brother. Appreciate you stopping by." Mario Perez, what up, Lock? Glad you're going full time home. Let's cash in this weekend. Yes, sir. Definitely need a big weekend here to stretch this to a 4 event winning streak, and hopefully we can keep that fucking train rolling. You know what I mean? I'm at one point last year, I was at minus 28.03 units. and then I got all the way back to 8 plus 8.35 units. That's like what a 30 unit swing right there in the positive direction. And then the beginning of 2020, I just took a bit of a dive, went from plus 8 units all the way down to minus 14 units, I believe. Sorry, hold on. Overall profit. Nope. This is why Bet MMA is the sickest. Its tracking is ridiculous. I can give you all the statistics you want all on one page. So I went from plus 8.35 units down to minus 1489 since UFC since they pretty much started up again in 2021. Ridiculous run. Got absolutely slaughtered. But over the last couple events, I've gone plus 5-ish units, and that's over the span of 3 or 4 events. So slow and steady is kind of my approach, and consistency is what I'm chasing, and I know I can get back to that. But transparency, right? Trans fucking parency. He always saying, "Watch Rocky, you'll get motivated." For sure. I have all the motivation in the world to go get, the hike in and the do my rounds on the boxing bag and shit and the punching bag, and then doing some weights and stuff. It's all there. It's just now that I have the fucking time, I'll have the ability to sleep a proper 8 hours a night. That's what I fucking need. Matt Reed is saying, "Hey man, new sub here. Really like your takes on fights. Thanks, your brother. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by and sharing those solid words, man. We had a rough little stretch on that last live stream, but I've pretty much accepted that it's gonna happen. It's happened to my other dudes too that do live streams on YouTube, but so I'm done. If I see any type of stupid trolling, like guys that are like negatively trolling, I'm just gonna block it, not even look over at it, not even acknowledge it. So we're leaving it at that. Nothing but positivity out from here on out. All right, Ben Peak, a very loyal supporter. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. He's like, wish you the best with your last day working on your current job. Congratulations on making it. I wouldn't say I completely made it. I mean, I could definitely be making a little bit more money, but I've pretty much gotten to the point where I can cover my basics off of not just my betting. Like if I'm just relying on my winnings, I'd make some very, very bad choices to try to put food on my plate. So I wanted to secure myself on another side, and we doing it. We killing it. Biggs Omega in the chat as well. What's going on, dude? Dan, what you liking for LFA tomorrow? I'm going to be honest with you. Have not looked at it at all. Again, with the amount of time that I had available to even just focus on the UFC, there's no way I could get some time in for the LFA. Spike Carlisle is on the card, eh? Minus 115. Interesting. I don't really know Vanessa Demopoulos. I know her. Yeah, I don't really know much on the card, but I promise you, starting next week, we full hog. Bellator, LFA. I'll try to do ACA as well, and then UFC. You can get those takes from me starting next week there, I promise. Oh, speaking of like other promotions, I do want to do Lockcast episodes for Bellator. Maybe for LFA as well, but definitely Bellator because there's nobody doing it. Everybody's just doing UFC. So I need to exploit that market now that I have the time. $5 doll hair bets. Which fight is this weekend are you looking forward to most? My nose is a little itchy. I apologize. Damn. Hmm. There's some decent fights on the card. Entertainment wise, I feel like Oleg Shadjuk versus Bukowskis is going to be fun. I feel like that's a dark horse for fight of the night. Um, O'Malley Almeida, great fight. And then obviously the main event. In terms of the one I'm looking forward to most, probably Stipe Francis. As weird as that, like entertainment wise, I feel like O'Malley Almeida will probably be the best fight. Maybe Oleg Shadjuk Bukowskis, but in terms of like the puzzle that I want solved, and I want to see the results of it, it's got to be Ngannou Stipe. Got to. Killer G stopping by saying congrats on the job, man, inspiring stuff. Thank you, brother. I felt now that I'm thinking about like I kind of felt weird bringing it up and kind of just posting what I posted that day when I gave him my 2 weeks, but I wanted it more as people may look at it as like gloating, like, oh, look at him, he's showing off, he's doing all this shit. I've definitely gotten a couple of those DMs. You'd be surprised the amount of hate that's actually out there. But it's more so to show you guys, like, you guys saw me come up. I mean, a lot of you guys who have been around for a while have seen me come up from like when I did used to do my podcast in my fucking car on break at my part-time job, and it would only be 15 minutes. You know what I mean? To like, getting the help of Big Rob. I got to give a big shout out to Big Rob as well too. I got to hit him up. It's been a while, so I think I messaged him maybe a couple months ago just to see what's up, but like, the whole quarantine thing and stuff, and yeah, me even being as busy as I am and not even being able to see my wife. Yeah, but I gotta hit him up definitely and keep him up to date about what's going on. That's my guy. Um, but yeah, I wanted it to be a motivational thing to people. You know what I mean? You guys have seen me do it. I've pretty much grown up in front of your eyes. Hunter Silvers, thank you for stopping by. Having tough time finding spots on this weekend that I like, man. By the way, kudos to you for handling the live chat on the property upstream today the way you did. There's just some real weirdos out there. Can we ever all just get along and just like, talk fights? Why does it always have to be about fuck your mother or whatever the fuck it is? You guys are absolute savages. Yeah, I have 2 official bets right now, and then I have 3 untracked bets that I told my Patreon members about. Like those untracked ones, I tell them like proceed with caution. I obviously didn't bet them officially for a reason, but these are the other spots I like. Um, yeah, I might as well share them with you guys since you guys are already up with me and shit. I got the Oleg Shajak Bukowskis under at -137. I got 1 sec. Oh yeah, I have a Luque and Barrio parlay, and then I have Malarkey. Sorry, that parlay is +158, and then Malarkey +114. I have 1 unit on. That's untracked. The only thing tracked right now that I have played is the under 2.5 in the Robertson and Maverick fight +150. Rex Lee is saying, "Congrats, thank you for stopping by." Shout out Rex Lee, a big man in the game. Appreciate you supporting your boy as always. And Peak, so you're doing Bellator card on April 2nd next week, the Pitbull match? Yes, I'll be looking to do that. I don't know when the podcast will come out, but I will be looking to do a Bellator breakdown for sure. Just the main card, more than likely. Big Omega, there was a big brave fight today. Mohammed Makayev, highly touted flyweight, 20 years old. Yeah, did he win? I've been hearing a lot about that guy. He went like 25 or 26-0 on the amateur scene. Now he's like 4 or 5-0 as a pro. Right, buddy. How does the 6-leg parlay sound? Fight a Zaitar fight goes to decision. I think that Barrio finishes that late in the 3rd round. And I actually sprinkled the round 3 prop there. Oleg Shajak under 2.5. I like that. Worthy over 1.5. I like that. O'Malley KO. Like that. Luque decision. Like that. Stipe. Like that. The Stipe one is just so tough. I'm fully prepared to lose all my tickets that might have a Stipe prop on it or a Stipe bet on it, because Francis could do that. Just be very wary about that fight. I wouldn't get seriously invested in that because, man, overall, Stipe is the better fighter. How much are we going to truly put into the ability for Francis to go in there and actually knock him out? I'm not betting serious money on it. Just sprinkles on Miocic around 3, 4, and 5. Bleed was in the building saying hit the like. Please do. Always reminding me to remind you guys to hit that like, because that truly means a lot. Dan, ACA tomorrow. I like Bebert Tumenov tailing MMA hedge funds. There you guys go. If you guys need something to tail for ACA, there you go. Ryan Barton stopping by. That's my guy, Rhino Mites. Congrats on going photon. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Who got Jordan Breen and Caposo on to weigh in on fights? Ooh, that would be a tough get. We'll see. Dillashaw versus Sanhagen. This is Jimmy the Drunk. What's going on, Jimmy? 3 books have odds posted -125, -150, and -175. Shit. Sanhagen, if you had to guess which is closest to where it closes, I'd say -150 is where it closes. I'll probably be on Sandhagen. That's what I want to do again with the time freeing up. I want to just like drop random breakdowns for fights that are down the road that already have odds out for them. So I want to get nice and ahead of schedule, and that's definitely one that I'm going to look to tackle after I finish the April 10th card. But yeah, I like Sandhagen there at -150. Fire up cappers. What's up, man? Random question. Who are some of the most underrated UFC fighters on the roster? I gotta go Evloev, or I guess they're not just getting that much love is the question. Uh bu- 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 Ismagulov, who just got booked for a fight against Rafael Alves. Trying to think of other guys. Brunson's kind of underrated, right? If Holland actually fought that night, he probably would have won that fight. Can't go broke taking a profit. Yep, you're right. Let's lock the night again. I don't have it placed yet. Looking to do it tomorrow. Dan said, Lock, I'm going to DM you some thoughts on Twitter, what you were talking about with covering your exposure. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm on under 2.5 and Robertson fight 2. Yeah, it's a good spot. Super Velos. DFS is saying, what's up? Congrats on new beginnings. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Didn't you previously do accounting? Blame it on when you're says, yeah, had a bad run. I was looking to do accounting. Never really got around to actually finishing it up, though. Just the passion wasn't there. Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. What's good luck? Thank you, Nick West, for stopping by. Mario Prez is saying, "Do I like Mojaheads?" Oh, that's those are jokes. Yeah, yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, those are jokes. If you guys remember a couple years ago, well, a handful of years ago now, Tommy Tohold used to do the greatest fucking show. I'm not sure if he still does them, but like there was a point in time for like a couple months he was killing it with his fucking animations. Tommy Tohold was the shit. Biggs Omega Carlisle opened at plus 400, and he's a zombie man. Can see why everybody's on him. That's crazy. Plus 100 Rumble against you all. I don't know, man. Rumble looks like he doesn't look nearly as big as I thought he would have. If you go on IG, like obviously his IG and then Henry Hoof's IG, because he's training over there at Sanford. I don't know. I have no thoughts on that fight. Super Veloz saying, "Do you mind sharing what revenue revenue streams you have from MMA work?" Yeah, Patreon. Obviously, the tape index is another thing that I do with my guy Newsom over there at MMA Play 365. YouTube ad revenue, appearances on other channels. There's a handful of stuff, and then I have a very solid bankroll in my betting account. So yeah, I doubt I hit this crazy losing streak or anything like that. But even if I do, I feel safe enough to support myself. Nick West, yeah, I think Roman's going to kick you out while he's drifting. Could be. What's up, Lucky? Average Joe stopping by. Thoughts on Worthy inside the distance? I'm actually on Malarkey via decision plus 315. I think he kind of withstands the power of Worthy and just grinds him the fuck out. Ben is stopping by to say, what are your thoughts on Dariush Ferguson? Feels like Benny should be able to repeat his game plan he used against Fajeda. He could, and even kind of control him the way that Charles did. But that's a fucking crazy fight, man. I'm not sure what happened to Ferguson in that Oliveira fight, but he was so dominated, right? It was very, very tough. Yeah. I'm staying away from that fight. If anything, I'd look to potentially do the under 2.5. If they give us 2.5, I'd look to do 2.5 if it's plus money. Rex Lee is the same trolls on everybody's stream. These guys need to get off their keyboards and get a life. Yeah, for sure. Ben PK, Jimmy, don't think Rumble is free money. I was thinking the same thing until someone reminded me that Rumble probably just getting out of going to get out wrestled by Yoel could be dangerous. Yoel hasn't really been much of a wrestle fucker, but yeah, that is his path to victory. Hunter Silvers, I don't think Tony will give him as many problems as Diego Fajeda. I'm staying away from that fight. If Woodley loses, do you think he is headed to another promotion? Yeah, I'd say he's in Bellator. He'd probably go to Bellator. I'd be surprised if he goes to One or even Risen. I think he'd go to Bellator. Biggs Omega saying Mokaev won his fight 30, 26, 30, 26, 29, 27. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, the kid's talented. I actually got to watch his fights, but he's undefeated, right? Fuck. Nobody's beating this guy. Hunter Silver's UL is made out of the shit they made Wolverine with. He's literally a different type of human. I'm so curious about what happens if Rumble hits him. Yeah, can he knock him out? That's the question. Hunter Silver's. What do you think about Elliott versus Hall? Is that the fight that's matched up? I don't think it is. Isn't it Hall against fuck Topuria? Jimmy is drunk, but remember when Rumble wrestled at DC? That was more wrestling than Yoel has done in MMA. You're so right. You're so right. Yoel doesn't normally bank on his wrestling. That's the question mark there, right? Um, yeah. I remember how frustrated Henry Hooft was with Rumble for continuously grappling with the guy. Luca Morris, Woodley too cheap on DFS, still scores decent when he loses. I don't know about that, but because those are 25-minute fights that he's in. This is a 15-minute fight that he will be kind of inactive in. However, like you said, he's too cheap and he's still alive to potentially knock out Luke. Again, I know Luke's never been knocked out, but that guy's been taking some damage. And it is a possibility that if Woodley actually throws and lands that, could potentially KO him. So yeah, you might want to have a little bit of Woodley because I think he could be low exposed here, or at least low ownership. Sugar Show Lock, nah, I can't lay that minus 320 on him. Fat Lock Dennis, okay. What up, Lucas Morris? Ben Peak, Jimmy, remember Yoel versus Brad. Brad is known for the takedown defense. He got wrestled like heck in that fight would be a response on that take. Look at that civil discourse. Look at that. Why can't we just have more of that in this fucking community? Average Joe Worthy is 7-1 since moving up to 155. Also, Denmark is just lose to 23-year-old ZM. I thought he got robbed in that fight, brother. I truly think he got robbed. Go to MMA decisions. I'll pull that up myself too. Marky ZM MMA decisions. Pretty sure everybody scored. Yeah, like 2 media members scored it for ZM, but I remember having it 1-1 going into the third, and then I had Malarkey in the third. 72% of 90 scorecards had 10-9 Malarkey in round 2 or round 3. So, yeah, I think he got robbed there. Perfect game plan. I think if he does something similar here against Worthy, he could win this fight. The Dab Father's stopping by to say what up. Thank you, brother. Hunter Silver, who is Elliott fighting? That's Sue fell. Yeah, that's a good fight. Yeah, the last time we saw Mudarji really challenge with wrestling was the Louis Smoka fight. So does Elliott have better control and BJJ than him? Could be on par with it, especially with what we just saw with him against Espinoza. But he's going to have a lot more to deal with on the feet with Sue. I got to see the odds on that one. Man, yeah, that's a tough one. Matt Reader saying Sean will win by KO in under 2. I don't mind that. Timothy Triano is blazing it up. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Hugh, I thought you said Omar Morales was locked the night early in the week. It's under 2.5 on Mav Rob. Morales seems like a better pick now. No, so you're getting that twisted. Morales will be the lock of the night play as soon as I can get access to him on one of my bookies because I am one of those cappers that bets my bets. And until I make the bet officially, I'm not going to announce it as my lock of the night play. My dog of the night play, my underdog of the night. Again, I usually reserve that for plus money plays. So whether it's a total or a fighter, it's my dog of the night. So we have a plus money play, plus 150 on the under 2.5 in the Maverick and Robertson fight. That's my dog of the night play. My lock of the night play will be Omar Morales as soon as either Bookmaker, Intertops, or Pinnacle get that lineup. Oscar Ortega all on Michal Bukowskis under 2.5. Yeah, that would be my second pick for lock of the night play. If I didn't have Morales on the card, I probably would have made that one 3.5 units because the line is pretty good already. I love that. Moho Tench, that's some Russian stuff there, but we're the under 2.5. What do you think? I think Malarkey grinds him out, man. Malarkey has solid durability as of late, and it's been a while since he's been KO'd. Took some crazy damage in that Brad Riddell fight. And I think Worthy's power is slightly overrated. Yeah, no, I like Malarkey in that fight. Take the shot if you think he has the knockout power. Don't want to talk you off the cliff, But that's just my take, brother. What about Chicken Wings stopping by to say what up? Timothy Triano, sneaky play. Nurmagomedov gets subbed by Good and last two losses out of four for name tax hype train. I like that. I like that. I don't know if Gooden will sub him. I think he can knock him out though. I think it was like plus 575 for Gooden to win by KO, and I think that's a solid prop. Abubakar is not good. I can't imagine like being a casual that bet Nurmagomedov thinking you're going to get a certain guy. Then you watch that fight and you start shitting your pants. Average Joe saying he's going to worth a shot at plus 205. I'd rather take the better prop money on the KO as I think that's his best way to win this. I'd be surprised if he won a decision, to be honest. So yeah, risk a little less for the most likely outcome if Gooden wins. That's my approach. If you think he can win by more than just a KO, plus 205 is not a bad line. Timothy Triano, Gooden has 2 out of his last wins by submission. True, but you got to go back and look at those submission wins, dude. Let me pull it up. Don't just wiki cap this. Watch the fights. Like, let me pull up. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. One fight where the guy was just so get Marcel Stamps. He choked that guy out because that guy was tired as fuck. And if you look at the submission, it's like the easiest thing to get out of if you're a legitimate fighter. And I didn't think that Marcel Stamps was a legitimate fighter at that time. So he fought him October of 2019, and he hasn't fought since then. But yeah, that guy was gassed to shit. And that guillotine was so half-assed. And then the next one, Jay Jackson, the guy was 3-13, now 3-14. Yeah. Nah. It maybe, you know what I mean? We saw crazier things. We've seen fucking Anthony Hernandez submit Rodolfo Vieira. So maybe. But I think KO is probably the best spot. Robot Chicken Pings, Tapuria versus Hall. Who you got? I got to go with Tapuria, man. His BJJ is pretty crafty himself. And then obviously the better striker. Yeah. It's monotheist in a monotheist. Monotheist. Goddamn, I'm too baked right now to read that. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying that. Biggs Omega, everybody talking about the Bukowskis under 2.5. I found a misprice on it. What's the misprice? I got minus 137 on Bookmaker. Hunter Silva's, I told my time next time Topuria fought, I'd hit him hard on a bet, but those damn heel hooks are the great equalizer. Possibly Topuria is a high level black belt himself. Obviously not as experienced as Ryan Hall, but the kid's good, man. Topuria is good. Ben Peak probably only on the chat had a bet against Jamie. Watching, I agree. I should have won his last fight, but I think the reason he lost was he was sweep a few times, and when he was on top, he did no damage. I thought that it came down to that third round, and even though ZM ended on top at the end, like I didn't think that was enough for him to truly win back the rest of the round. But yeah. Time is not a line. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Lock, how was minus 286 on Metafield against his late replacement? It could be a trap, man. And what if he doesn't get him out of there in the first round? Right? The kid's 7-1, only loss is by KO. So yeah, he can be knocked out. But like Metafield has such a narrow path to victory that it's always sketchy betting him at 286. Like take him by KO if you can or inside the distance. He's never won a fight by a decision. Really slows down in the second, third rounds. But how good is this Sharant kid? I don't think it is. I don't think he is. Ankar Hundal, what's up, buddy? What's easy lock? There's never an easy lock. Again, I'm lock of the night, but there's no easy lock. I'll always tell you that. My favorite spot is going to be Omar Morales. What kind of shows will you have on off weeks? So the early bird special will probably always I'm going to do that on Monday for the April 10th card, and that's my pre-tape stream. And yeah, in terms of the Locky late nights, I'm not sure if I'll be doing them any late night anymore. I might have to do them during the day or in the morning or something, but I like to get baked and then do it. So I want to complete all my shit. So it might be like midday, Locky midday or some shit like that. I might have to rebrand the show. But yeah, that might be some off week ones. Yeah, maybe I'll just hop on and talk some shit. Another thing I wanted to do actually is whenever there's a big fight announced or like a couple of big fights, or even couple fights just announced within a day or so, I don't mind going live for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, just sharing my thoughts on those fights, hearing what the people in the chat say. I think that's always good, right? Breaking news, like when Misha Tate came back, hop on a stream for a little bit and just talk about it. More content is never a bad thing if you have the time for it. So I'll try to stay as active as I can, guys. Boston Nick in the house. What's going on, dude? Appreciate you stopping by. Bigs Omega, sorry, was the 1.5, but was 150 better than every other book? Oh, true, yeah. The 2.5, I need the 2.5. I can't really fuck with under 1.5s anymore. I don't feel good about it. Give me those extra fucking 5 minutes and I'm happy. Oscar Ortega, Chandler versus Oliveira, total set at 2.5. Most likely no. Under if I doesn't go to decision. I like the under 2.5 there. What's the line? Unders and Charles Oliveira fights have been very, very good to me. Let me, the over under isn't on best fight odds. I'd probably hit the under in that fight. If you have access to whatever the odds are there, Mr. Oscar, let me know, buddy. What do you think about Vittori versus Till? Already on Marvin. Think he grinds him on, maybe takes his neck. Yeah, I like Vittori as well. This is all pre-tape. Haven't looked into it myself, but I do like Vittori pre-tape. Looking forward to getting into that one. But yeah, Vittori's been making progress on a fight-to-fight basis, right? It's very cool to see. And he keeps showing up. I think his last performance was pretty good, just off of memory. I got to go back and watch it, but to beat a guy like Jack Hermanson over 5 rounds is very solid. Was it 5 rounds? See, I don't even remember. Marvin Vittori. God, I love Topology. Yeah, that was a 5 round main event. Fight of the night as well. Yeah, I don't remember much of it. My memory is so shot. Average Joe is saying, which side of Modestus and Mihal am I on? I'm picking Mihal to win, but I'm taking the under 2.5. Love it. Sam Nee is saying there's going to be no value on Usman. There's always value on Usman. That is the greatest welterweight, soon to be greatest welterweight of all time. The guy is mad skilled. I'm telling you, as boring as his fights are, the guy knows how to win, and he wins. I will more than likely parlay Usman with something. I don't even mind putting fucking $500 on him at minus 400. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Do I think Usman can finish Masvidal? I don't. He could, but Masvidal's pretty durable. When's the last time Masvidal's even been finished? I think it'll be a grinding out affair once again. Like, don't be surprised if you see same fight play out the same way. Full training camp's going to do jack shit for Jorge Masvidal. The last time he's been finished, never in the UFC, not even in Strikeforce days. The last time he got finished was the Toby Imada inverted triangle, and that was May of 2009, 12 years ago. Crazy. He's 36 years old. How old is Kamaru? 33. Masvidal's getting up there. Samney's saying, agreed, welterweight goat, yeah. You think he beats GSP 50-45? I don't think so. Like prime GSP against prime Kamaru, I still side with GSP. Oscar Ortega have Usman with Canelo and Chelsea to beat Porto. I'm assuming that's on the boxing side of things. I'm not sure who's actually fighting there. Samney, who's your goat for every division? Ooh, good question. 125's got to be Mighty Mouse, right? 135 got to be like right now. I'd have to say Piotr Jan. But again, he hasn't really defended it that much. He's beaten Aldo. 135 is tough. Maybe TJ. I think TJ. Henan Barao pre-USADA. Those are the only two that truly come to mind. Dominic Cruz, actually, what am I talking about? 135. Yeah, Dominic Cruz was probably one of the best, but his inactivity really fucked him. I like this one. I'm going to continue with it. 135, 145, Jose Aldo. You know, the run that he went on was crazy. Max Holloway only defended a couple times, but he did have a crazy run going to the belt. I'd say Max is probably featherweight GOAT right now, just for defenses and all that stuff. The Volkanovski fights were really close too. 155, got to be Khabib. 170, GSP, soon to be Kamaru. 185, Anderson. It's hard to bypass Anderson. Israel is still up there. He could surpass that, but I think he needs a couple more defenses. 205 is Jones. 265, at least UFC wise, man. I thought based on talent alone, I thought Cain Velasquez was the GOAT, but his resume is hard to kind of use as an argument. And that's something that's got to be taken into consideration. Stipe, I think Stipe right now, it's crazy. He's only defended, I think, against two or three different guys, but he holds out the records. It's hard to deny him. That was a good one. Timothy Triano, 29, 42, 52, 1, good and by sub, round 1 to 3 worth of degenerates. You crazy, bro. You crazy. Evo Steph, what's going on, dude? Timothy also stabbed at KO round props for sure. Always with it. Jimmy Madaloni, what do you see that gives you the confidence angle on Maverick over Robertson? I think her wrestling is definitely underrated. I think Robertson's wrestling is overrated. Actually, she just like dives for her life to try to get these takedowns. She does complete them on a decent clip, but I think she's going to struggle here against Maverick. I think Maverick has the better striking, of course, and Robertson doesn't really like react well to shots. And I think again, that's why I took the under 2.5, is I think that both women could potentially get to finish here. Um, yeah, that's why I just cover both sides here. I'd rather instead of taking the chalk on Maverick, just take the under. And I took a little bit of a sprinkle on Maverick by KO as well, like plus 575. So Jimmy the Drunk Usman versus Masvidal's boxing light championship fight. Dominant guy versus a guy that's not number one contender. Exactly. Yeah, Oscar is saying Dom, you're right. Dabs have me leaning. That's how I like you up here. Sam Nee Cruz, exactly. I don't know how the fuck I forgot about Cruz. I apologize. Artem Lobov for every division, of course. Matt Reed, Aldo or Volk. In terms of GOAT, you got to lean Aldo over Volkanovski so far just because of resume. But the more Volkanovski defends, the more claim he'd have to that. But yeah, I think Holloway's a solid one too. Prime Kane beats Stipe. I believe so. I truly believe so. Matt Reed, now Volk. True. The Dab Father just loaded the Puffco. Exactly. Sam, who you got in Jones versus Stipe, Jones versus Francis? It's so hard to tell, man. Like, if you guys have been seeing Jones like hit mitts and stuff as of late, that's him hit mitts after putting on the weight that he wanted to put on. Doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Again, it's only training footage, and I don't want to look too far into that. But if he shows up looking like 75% John Jones of light heavyweight, I think he has a decent chance of beating both guys here. That Francis Power is stupid. It's so hard to bet against that Francis Power, though. Lord Rachi, what's the most you've ever made on one bet? Like, does that include parlays? Because I've had some solid parlays that have cashed close to like 5-6K. On like a single bet, I think like the craziest odds I've been hitting is like the round 3 props, right? Brunson round 3 over Shabazian, Colby round 5 over Woodley. The Rodriguez via KO over Amanda Kibos was nice. Plus 1350. That one was nice. Yeah, hope that answers your question, brother. Biggs Omega, Malarkey, and under 2.5 Bukowski's fight are my biggest plays. Nice. I like the under 2.5 a lot. I do like Malarkey, and I do have an untracked bet on him as well. But you seem to be very, very confident in him. I don't have that type of confidence. The real Bunk Hoots, what's going on, buddy? Which fight are you most excited about this weekend? I was saying it earlier. I like the main event, obviously very big. O'Malley and fucking Almeida is a great fight, and then Oleg Shajak versus Bukowskis. Love all those fights. Biggs Omega. My biggest hit was 1,800 on a $20 parlay. Yeah, I wish I gotta remember which site I got the ticket from, but it was years ago where I hit one which was like closer to the 6K range. Recently, I hit one for like 2,300 on like a 4-fight parlay for I think it was $50. Um, and 4-fight, I mean like props in those parlays. But yeah, it's always nice to hit one of those. What I like to do is Saftik actually puts it out, like the parlays that he puts out, where he has like his most confident bets and then in different tiers. I normally do that. I call it the parlay parade, where I'll put like start off with 3 fighters and then make another parlay with those 3 fighters plus 2 more, and then plus 2 more, and then plus 2 more. And it hit decently. I think I'm trying to remember like the last 2 events it's hit decently. Like within the first 3 tiers it hit, which pretty much returns the stake there. So yeah, that's kind of the approach I like to do. Then I do like a 3-fight prop parlay just for the kicks. And every now and then I'll put together like a over an amount of events type of bet. I have one in play and I'm so pissed because I put let me pull it up. I put fucking Abubakar on it, and that was like pre-tape. So that was the that's the downside of betting further into the future without having done the tape. But so far it's alive. Like it made it through last event. So I had the under 2.5 in the Strader Jackson fight. I had the under 1.5 in the Tuivasa Hunsucker fight. I had Max Griffin. I had Gillespie, and that one obviously is canceled. And that Morales as well for this weekend, but they canceled that. Hopefully, whenever they repost it, maybe they'll put it back into it. But then the rest of it is, I got a Bubakar, which I fucking hate that I have that. I have Luke, I have Jack Shore, and Marvin Vittori to close it out. So the parlay started off as a $250 parlay to cash 9,100 plus 35.56. So yeah, I'm hoping Abubakar doesn't shit the bed. Let's put it that way. Timothy Triano is saying I hit around 3 Dawson prop last week. Hell yeah. It's a dope spot. Best UFC fighter never to win the belt. Ooh. I want to say Faber, but that almost seems like such a obvious pick. Like technically DC didn't win the belt, right? Like he didn't beat Jones, but he can still stay on the stats in the history books that he actually was a champion. I'm trying to think of somebody. Oh, Joseph Benavidez. Got to be Joseph Benavidez, right? Right? Like who else was like always the bridesmaid, no matter what division they were in? Biggs Omega, Ed Herman inside the distance versus Rod, Roxy by decision versus Lee, and Billy Q inside the distance against. I think Kyle Nelson was fighting on that card. Do you think Connor wins the trilogy with Dustin? If he comes out that same way, man, I find it tough. I wonder how he's going to address the calf kicks because that's really what fucked him in. If I'm Dustin, I go back to it. Obviously, have a different plan in case Connor is ready for the calf kick, but attack it. Bet Malarkey by points plus 310. Love it, but hate that I have money on someone named Malarkey. Right there with you, brother. Right there with you, brother. Average Joe, early lean on Stevens versus Close. That's a weird one. That's such a weird fight. I think I lean Stevens, and he's probably going to be the dog. I just got to dust up on what his takedown defense looks like. He has the power and the leg kicks to give Close some trouble on the feet. I'd like to see what Stevens inside the distance looks like in that spot. Samni, when to short fight, I think he has champ potential as well. Yeah, me too. I'm big on him. I got to dust up on him, but he's like Brett Johns 2.0 pretty much, right? Speaking of Brad John's kind of shitty that he's in Bellator now. I wish he sticked around in the UFC, but we'll still bet Jack Shore fights over there in Bellator. But yeah, he's fighting on the same card, April 10th. He's fighting. Fuck, who's he fighting? Come on, man. Hunter Azure. Yes, both grapplers, both heavily rely on grapple fucking their opponents. But I feel like Shore has the better cardio, better resilience, and he should be able to get at least two of those 3 rounds. Definitely rounds 2 and round 3. I think it'll look similar to the Cole Smith fight, but I think that Shore has much better technique and better cardio than Cole Smith. And Cole Smith made that fight kind of close. Rumble is best to not win a belt. Yeah, that's a good point. Ooh, Sam Nee saying Yoel. Yeah, I agree. Yoel and Tony. Yeah, Tony was interim champ, right? Yeah, good ones there, guys. Good ones. What are your thoughts on Tom Aspinall? One of my favorite fighters. I'm still kind of not sold on the guy, but like he looks impressive, right? How long can I continue to not talk shit about the guy, but like not give him his full credit? Who's he fighting next? He has a fight coming up, right? I might be off on that. But yeah, he just beat Arlovsky. Yeah, he has nothing scheduled. I'd like to see him to fight a guy like Marcin Tybura, and I'd probably back Marcin Tybura in that spot, depending on if we get decent plus money on him. But if he's able to pass a test like that, then I'm on the train. Harman Sarai is saying, "What's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping by. Biggs Omega, two favorite Canadian prospects. Mine are Romero and Godinez. Uh man, I'm always gonna shout out my guy, Ergis Ageta. The kid's like 4-0 or 5-0. Um, yeah, very talented kid. I always tell you guys the story. I actually had an episode of the Combative Stories with him. If you guys want to go back on my channel and search Ergis Ageta, that's ERGYS. The kid was like coming out of high school, coming into our gym, just wanting to wrestle. And then I convinced him to start MMA, and the kid's just been killing it. So he hasn't fought in a while. He won the IBJJFs back in 2019. Um, like the kid's good. Hardest fucking worker I've ever seen. And he's so goofy, as you guys will see in that interview if you guys watch it. But yeah, he came into the studio and we just did a podcast together. Super awesome guy. I love the kid. But he just needs to get him a little bit more active. I don't think he's fought since the pandemic started. Yeah, Romero's a good one. There's another girl. Again, she used to train at the gym that I used to work at. I'm not sure if she's still there, but Anastasia Nikolakakos. I know that's a tough one to say. I would she's an atom weight though, so if she makes a name for herself anywhere, it would be on in Invicta, right? I hope the UFC eventually brings 105 over, but she's 3-0 as a pro, and she went 2-0-1 in her amateur career. But she's talented. She's a little tank. Yeah, she's good. She's fucking good, and she's like literally 5 foot, 60-inch reach. But she's fucking good. Who's the heavy favorite on this card that you are most concerned about? I'm guessing O'Malley. Honestly, it's weird to say it, but I feel like I have a lot of question marks about Alonzo Menafield. um, Luque could get fucking nuked, but I like him more than I like Alonzo. I like O'Malley more than I like Alonzo. Abubakar could definitely shit the bed. I'd say the most likely is either Abubakar or Alonzo. I'll give O'Malley the benefit of the doubt here. Average Joe, should I bet Ngannou round 1 KO to hedge since I already bet Stipe and Ngannou only wins by first round knockout? Yeah, I'd even sprinkle a little bit in round 2. Like I'll give Ngannou at least 7.5 minutes. I'll give him a little bit of that respect. I'm sure the odds are really nice for that too. MMA Kappas and Z, what up, Lock? 6:14 p.m. here in Friday night in New Zealand. Usually miss these live. Looking forward to the main event this weekend. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. 6:14 p.m. God damn, you are how many hours is that ahead of me? 12. Goddamn, too baked. 12. 17 hours. Goddamn, that took me way too long to do. 17 hours ahead of us. Goddamn, that's crazy. So if I was in New Zealand right now, I would be a free man already. I wouldn't have to do the shift that I have in the next 6 hours. Sammy, Christok is more legit than Aspinall. At first, I was higher on Aspinall. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I'm a little bit higher on Delkis than I am Aspinall. I still have question marks about Aspinall. Romanov is a solid one too. Yes, I'm glad my guy Average Joe brought it up. So excited for Romanov versus Espino, but I have no idea who wins that one. I lean Romanov. I'd have to see the odds. Like if you gave me solid plus money on Romanov, I'd have to pull the trigger. But like technically speaking, I think Espino is the better wrestler. It's who can implement their game over 15 minutes. I'm not sure if this fight will end by KO. Maybe it's just a grapple fuck fest. But I lean Romanov, just like his size, his strength, his athleticism. The guy can fucking move. Um, and Espino's up there, right? He's like 40 something years old, is he not? Let me pull it up. I wish that guy got into MMA a lot sooner. Got into UFC a lot sooner. Juan El Guapo Espino, 10-1, and he is 40 years old. His birthday is October 9th, so he'll be 41 this year. The guy's got to get it moving. That's a great fucking fight, though. Jimmy the Drunk, I say build Aspinall slowly with the Tuivasa matchup. That's not a bad one either. I like that too. I personally thought that I'd put Tybura slightly below him in the rankings, I think. But yeah, Tuivasa is the easier matchup. Sammy, who do I have between Ilya Tapuria and Ryan Hall? I got to tape it, but I'm going to lean Tapuria. Better striking, very good jiu-jitsu player himself. Maybe not as experienced as Hall, but he should still go out there and have a good showing. Matt Reed, if Sean's legs can hold up, he's fine. Yeah, exactly. Timothy Triano, Via going to get coached by James Krause. That's an upgrade. Yeah, I heard there was a bunch of drama going on with the gym that she's at in Oklahoma. So I'm glad that she's packing up her stuff and going up to Krause. It's crazy how much popularity Krause has gained during this COVID era, right? Like he wasn't really seen as this crazy high level coach that he's all of a sudden being. But I think that even has to do a little bit with listening to the corner thing. Like it seems like James Krause knows that he's putting on like he's selling himself when he's in those moments and he gets the camera on him in between corners and he does a good job. You know, the results are showing. So I can't wait to see what a Julia Vila looks like under her or under him. Sam saying Francis by Kimura. I'm taking Francis by sub plus 2000. He's just going to rip his arm off, not even let him tap. Lord Rachi, do you see Bilal versus Leon rematch happening? I'm not sure. I don't think so. It seems like Hamzat's back. So why not do Hamzat and Leon again? Timothy is saying Ilya wins. Yeah, I'm right there with you. All right, we're pretty much approaching an hour here. I was expecting to go like half an hour, 45 minutes, but you guys fucking killed the chat today. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't liked already, hit that like. That always helps. But this is more so just chill / therapy sesh for your boy. Great community that we have on here. Truly appreciative of it. You guys are the bomb. You guys are the best, truly. Yeah, I'll let you guys know what the future of Locky late night is once I get my schedule in check. But it might be Locky midday. It might not be Locky late night anymore. I want to get my schedule fixed. I want to, be a morning person, get all my workout shit done in the morning, then do my tape and MMA stuff, and then spend time with the family and the wife and stuff. So appreciate you stopping by. Let's see what everybody's saying on the way out here. Ben Pica saying Pena next for Amanda Nunes. There's nobody else, right? And I think Nunes absolutely smashes her. Peace, Timothy. They did my man Bilal dirty if he doesn't get to run it back with Leon. He should get a higher ranked fight, but Leon, honestly, I think he deserves at least Chimaev or a title shot. You know what I mean? Somebody up there, top 3. See you later, guys. Manuel Galarza saying, thank you, brother. Have a good one. Time is not a line. Thank you for your thoughts. No worries, Matt Reed. Harmon Strike, good night, brother. Be good luck. Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by, Sam. Matt Reed. Yes. Thanks for your thoughts. I got it. Biggs Omega, you doing Wayne's tomorrow of in the future? Hey. I'm not doing tomorrow. I'm not doing the Wayne's tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. But starting with the April cards. I'll be doing the weigh-ins. I don't know if I should do it solo or just interact with the chat or have a guest with me. But yeah, I want to do a weigh-in stream, a live weigh-in stream as the weigh-ins are going on, 2 hours long. Again, either me talking to the chat, and a guest. If you guys want a guest on, let me know. But I like talking to you guys too. All right, 0 to 100 saying adios. I'm gonna say adios as well. Appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening on Odds. We're doing the final weigh-in podcast. Me, Bleed, Saftik, and Guru going on at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. See you guys then. Take it easy.